launched a fucking live stream. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? We're back in Breakpoint. It's been a few days, I think, since I've done the last live stream. I haven't been paying attention. I had a lot of crap going on. Quit my job at Arby's because I was getting tired of being treated like I was nothing more than just a pawn. And, you know, I get it, minimum wage in Texas is really shitty, but in my current living area, I can tell you, the 5 restaurants / fast food places around, they don't pay you under $10. They'll pay like $11.50 startup, and some even $12.50. So this just goes out to anybody who's currently looking for a job. If you're kind of at teenage age, like, you know, still in high school a bit, avoid Arby's at all cost. The payment is not worth it. The franchise doesn't care about you. There's been numerous times where I've had to basically act like I was not diabetic, and for any diabetics watching, you know that can put my life in jeopardy. And I had to do that numerous times on my shift because everyone was like, hey, we're getting really busy. Do you mind hopping up and doing something, when my number's probably like 30 or so and I'm struggling just to stay up? So, Arby's is done. Currently trying to find some new fucking jobs. Like, I hate to bring this up to people, I hate to ask, but please, if you want to really support, so really help, I don't ask much in terms of donations, but at least a $5 donation here and there can actually really help me out right now. I'm still looking for a job. I'll keep people updated on that. But now that all the sad shit's out of the story, let's just move on. So, I'm not even looking at progress. I've been using the app in my daily logins to see how far into the story I've gone. And I am nearing the end of the campaign itself, after which I will try to gather a crew of people so we can just start doing some stupid shit. Mainly I've just been going through the campaign solo because I've had some instances where it doesn't matter how high up you are, anybody can join you. I've had people that are like 9 gear score going up into gear score 50 or higher, and I'm sitting here like, this isn't the beta, people. It's not going to work very well. Yeah, they've survived. They've done pretty damn amazing, but that's beside the point. If you're gonna matchmake with people, at least try to get some level behind you first. Because the last thing you need to do is join up a squad that's got like 3 people near max gear score, which I think is 250 or 300. I don't know quite yet. Haven't played the game long enough. So, you know, just pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure you're leveling up your subclass. Make sure you're picking the perks that are really helpful. Normally I'd say, like, just go for stuff that's going to help you out in terms of, like, whatever you're strong using, whatever you enjoy using, like, use that. But even now, like, in my current positioning in the game, I see that don't ignore the drone perks. Those things are very helpful, especially the ones where certain drone perks, the ones that you can just use to ignore the drones altogether, those are really helpful. So, like, I would strongly recommend using those if you can. Like, drone evasion is a really good thing. It can be very helpful. It can really save your ass if you're not, like, too screwed already. Hey Samuel, what's up, buddy?
Who are you? The name's Samuel. You with the homesteaders?
Not exactly, but we're friendly. What are you doing out here?
Hunting, mostly.
Providing meat for the camp?
People need things. You know, for a killer, you can't sneak for shit. I'd have had you strung up from one of these trees in 10 seconds if I'd half a mind to.
Must have put on the wrong boots this morning. Listen, I hear you've been having a sentinel problem.
You heard right. I need to get these traps set. But if we set off one of their alarms, well, we're dead and there ain't no coming back from that. If you can take them out, nice and quiet like, and I can set my traps. Meet you up by my cabin when we're finished. It's in sinking country. South of Mossy Pond, west of Howardport. Sound good?
Yeah, sure does.
And what you're seeing now is probably one of the best things to do if you're just starting the game. After you get your drone, that is. Anywhere you do like a main mission, a side mission, anywhere that you've really not explored the land much, and you don't really feel like just walking around for ages, just pull out your drone and do a light little reconnaissance. Any question mark that's in the distance, you will be able to scan it. There are some that disappear as you move your cursor to it because they're kind of obstructed by, say, mountains, trees. Just move your drone around. You should be able to scan them. If not, don't worry about it. But like, what I'm doing here is I am just loading these sites, make sure I find them. This is a really easy way to get to the as they call them here, the bivouacs, your little camps. As you can see, that one right there, that's one right there. People tell you that if you just follow the big old smoke trails, you'll find one. Sometimes you'll run into an enemy camp. If you're taking a helicopter, they'll shoot it down. Watch out for that. In terms of like anything else really in this game, it's all just, you have to play it to really see what else. And there is a perk that will allow you to your drone will be on like a quick respawn. I don't use that perk anymore. It's good for leveling up, especially early on. Stop right there. I know that there's things there. But this perk here, Recon Mastery, you get it pretty quick. What's good is the 50+ experience whenever you are marking enemies. And it has a, shorter cooldown. Good stuff. And as I was saying sooner, make sure you're always upgrading this stuff. Because your skills in this game are very important. You want to max these things out. They all come with a specific weapon at rank 9 or 10. I think it's one or the other. And if you don't feel like going through story and completing those objectives, you can do it in Ghost War. You can do it in PvP. By all means, go ahead. But that's not for me. I'm probably going to save the PvP experience till like the end.
Who said bee outbreak?
Didn't know bees had outbreaks. Besides, it's not even swarming season.
Well, the bee population seems stable all year.
Sentinel's up to something. You thinking about staying near one?
Oh no, I've been working that land my whole life. I don't run.
Oh, it's a drone.
Safe out there. You too.
Now, yeah, I'm pretty shitty shot against these things because they're not really the easiest things to hit. They're always moving. You can't just... There are bullet travel physics in this game, so you really have to kind of mark your shit correctly. Now, for those drones, they're best taken out like if they're coming towards you or if they're right above you. Best advice I can give for you, since there is no tracking launcher, you can't... I don't think you can use the sync shots on them, which would be helpful if you could, but it's whatever. And if you're gonna play this game stealthily, I don't. I really hate the stealth aspect from time to time. The only way I'll use it is if I basically late game here. If you're going to a wolf camp and there's like 50 of a damn guys, you want to try and take them out silently as possible because they just suck. I'm not gonna lie, I hate fighting the damn drones. So what I do is always have a suppressor on your guns as well. If you haven't noticed, yeah, suppressors typically do less damage. They're not supposed to be strong. They're just meant to keep your ass quiet. What you could do, and this is just me giving some friendly advice here, always use a suppressor. If you're gonna do something along the lines of, if you want to use SMGs, I believe it was the Panther class that, yeah, suppressors on handguns and submachine guns do not reduce damage. So that's pretty nice. I have this unlocked. I haven't really put much work into it, even though I should, because that drone spray is really nice. You know, keeps you away from drone sensors for a full minute. And yeah, in terms of that other perk I was saying, that Recon Master or whatever, as I said, you can get it pretty early on. If you, all you really gotta do is just put 2 in this main little basics thing here, and it will unlock the stealth, survival, and recon. I only got 2 things in recon because I haven't really pushed more into it. Weapons, a rocket launcher's nice, but I don't think you really need it unless it's one of those last ditch efforts, I guess. Dismantling is great. Some for pistol experience while using them, about 40% extra. Nice stuff there. One of my friends been playing this game for a while. He is focusing on what was it? He's focusing on a sniper build, and he's a pretty damn good shot. Like, this is a guy who could snipe you halfway across the map in GTA 5. And I've always asked him, it's like, hey, how the hell do you do this? Like, what's your practice? And he's always told me that he just goes online and he goes for people who aren't paying attention. From distance, of course. So, I mean, he's mastered fall off. He knows exactly where to aim for certain targets. He'll miss a few shots, but he'll always be quick to get them back. But, I mean, the guy's fucking ridiculous. If you haven't realized already, headshots in this game are auto one-shot kill. So, if you're going up against some really tough enemies, not the heavy gunners, those guys you cannot one-shot, you have to knock their helmet off first. But yeah, no matter what weapon you're using, even your handgun, it's going to be a one-shot kill. Ghost Recon has been generous enough to mix itself with other games, but at the same time not for this game, they're really just not going for shit. Because we all know back at Division 2, everything's a fucking bullet sponge. You can nail crit shots left, right, and center, but it won't auto-kill them. This game, your critical shots will auto-kill, and that makes going through certain enemies so much easier. There are so many people who play this game and they're like, oh man, I'm stuck at this one area, it's really difficult. And I'm just sitting here like, really? All you gotta do is nail a headshot, and it's easy. If they're walking, lead the bullet. Jesus Christ. And I know y'all can't hear it, but something with my laptop right now is going off. I think I forgot to close down the... Fuck, what is it? Forgot to close down my Discord tab. So, unfortunately, it's still going off, and I'm kind of using it as like a precursor. Like my phone will get it 2 seconds later. And for anybody who's wondering, PlayStation streams are kind of shitty, you should really migrate to somewhere else. Especially YouTube wise, they don't care about people. Yeah, I know. It's not fun. So what's happening with that is I've got a friend here in Texas with me. Lives about 2.5 to 3 hours to the west side of Texas, I believe. Really nice guy. What I'm gonna do is he is grabbing some old parts from an old computer, and let's just say I just gotta find certain parts for that as well, like power supply, hard drive, etc. But we should be improving the video quality, the actual stuff I can be doing in this game soon enough. Weapon blueprints. Lots and lots of weapon blueprints. That's always nice. And yeah, don't forget to always increase your highest powered weapons, armor, etc. Even if it's not a weapon you like using. Like for me, I hate using shotguns. Everything else, I don't mind. But I'll say it now, I really, really hate DMRs. DMRs in this game are basically just a sniper's little brother. They're not the greatest, they are not strong in the slightest, but they get the job done occasionally. And shotguns, not a fan of them. Yeah, they're strong if you're up close and personal, if you're going to rush into every enemy you see. But some of us like to stick back, some of us like to take them out from a distance and just watch the chaos unfold. What the hell? Quite a lot of them over here. Any civilians? Three hostiles, no. And I don't know when in the game that thing starts to show up, but that red icon on the mini-map down there, if that drone spots you, I'm trying to get a good clear view of the damn thing, but it's moving hella fast this time around. That drone will mark your area, and you'll either have like a lot of enemies, or hell, you'll probably just have like 2 helicopters at worst. Nothing too bad. There's a bit of drones that follow with it. I'm not a fan of them myself. I always see that and I'm like, oh shit, gotta jump down. The only reason I know what that thing does is joined a friend's game, and for some odd reason it just put me right underneath one, so I got marked immediately. And normally when I see that thing, I'm gonna take cover, I'm gonna go into prone camo like you should. But it didn't happen. I was marked, I didn't get killed, I saw what was coming my way and I just took care of it as you need to. Simple. A lot of people are saying that this game is, well, it's kind of a toss-up. Some people are saying that the game is really bad, some people are saying the game's decent, and some people are saying that they never want to touch this game again. I actually like the game for what it is, and I played a little bit of Wildlands. I wasn't a big fan of it. My friend's father...
This guy's crazier than a dog in a hubcap factory. They put up a fight. I'll give them that.
They tried. Thank you. How about I'll clean up here, you head on up to my shed. As a fellow hunter, I think you'll be impressed with my collection. All my traps are all homemade by yours truly. It's a type of quality craftsmanship a man like you would admire.
Well, thank you, Samuel. I'd be honored to see your collection.
Oh, hi, where'd you come from? Samuel down? Nope, Samuel's still alive. And I guess the reason why most people aren't really too fond of this game revolves around the whole, you're kind of powerless to start off. You can't just go Ramboing shit left, right. But that's not always a bad thing. Like, the majority of games I played, like Division, Destiny, hell, the majority of those games, it is so similar. You start with one thing, you're not overpowered, and you have to work your way up. In this game, you physically have to work your way up.
God damn. Of course you had to be some sort of maniac, didn't you?
Damn. Yeah, I was told hunter, not torturer. So yeah, I'm just doing side missions right now, just kind of leaving myself open because one of the guys I've been playing with lately, he's been helping my side, but he hasn't even progressed his story himself. So I told him, hey, whatever you need to do, like, let me know when you do it so I can, you know, jump on your world and give you a hand. And so I did that with him last night. As you can see, I'm already here. But I'm not doing this mission yet. I've got a few missions afterward to do there. Do this one. We're also going to try and platinum this game. And I know the last time I said, hey, I'm going to platinum a game while I'm on stream was Fallout 76. And that one was surprisingly easy. This one, I've got a couple of things that are going to be a little difficult for me. Mostly I gotta find a really good sniper and scope myself for the build. But getting 2 sniper headshots from 200 meters away in less than, I think it was 4 seconds or so, pretty difficult trophy. But I have faith in myself. It should be somewhat doable. And my thing is down there. Normally I would call in a helicopter from the camp, and yes, you all, new players even, you get a helicopter at your camps. It is a gift. It's not a special helicopter. It's basically one that you can use to just get from point A to point B quickly. If you want one that has rockets or a machine gun, you do have to purchase that with the in-game currency. Start of the game, you're probably not going to get it too easily, but late game, you'll have an abundance of these freaking credits. You can just go buy everything at the in-game shop, which is in Erewhon, Maria's shop. You can just buy everything outright. What I'd strongly recommend doing, if you're going to use assault rifles, definitely get the underbarrel grenade launcher mod. It's about 3,000 scale credits, I believe. But what you should be doing is don't dismantle your armor. Just sell that stuff. There's nothing in game for the parts you get from it as of yet. So going from today, October, what the hell is the date anyway? October 17th of 2019, there is no use for dismantling your armor. You should just sell that. Weapons, on the other hand, always dismantle them. Because what's going to happen is, sooner or later you're going to realize that you're running out of basic weapon parts. And for me, those weapon parts are... I've run out of the common and uncommons. So the green and white versions of weapon parts. Yeah, you can get those via just killing enemy drones. They'll sometimes drop you the white parts, green parts. Not sure. You can do side missions, or hell, from what I saw, the faction missions. Those also give you green gear for some reason. So you can just go ahead and do that as well. And I'm still working together some tips and tricks I can throw out for people, stuff that probably hasn't been said, stuff that has already been said. If you're curious about the armor I'm wearing, it is the Flycatcher set that is only purchasable via... you do have to spend money for this one, unfortunately, but I didn't like the idea of just presetting some basic looking armor. So I decided, you know, I'm just going to do what I'm doing here. Very bloody and very good. The way I like to take out people. This area's got a lot of plants and shit around, so unless they like walk right on the effing body, it shouldn't like trigger anybody.
Carrie.
Who's asking?
Name's Nomad. Now your neighbors asked me to help you. Said you might have been giving the soldiers some trouble.
And I'd do it again. The beach, it doesn't belong to them. Their operation was destroying the reef and the wildlife.
Alright, well, I don't think they'll be coming back.
It's been ages since I've seen the beach so peaceful.
The snipers made things a bit complicated, but I think they got the message.
My dad gave me this compass. It is the most precious thing I carry with me. I'd like you to have it.
I appreciate it, but I can't take it.
No, honestly, take it. As a way to never forget what happened here. When you're lost, it'll help you find home. As it did for me.
What are your plans?
I'll keep moving forward. That's what my people do. Surrender isn't in our blood.
Yeah, I see that. Just try to keep that temper in check.
Take care of yourself.
Now, one thing I can go ahead and say, this is in the basic game development. the locals don't really like you. They won't like you. It's nothing you can change. They don't trust outside forces. They don't trust the military after what happened on this island. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's like stranger in unknown lands. But everyone's saying, oh, that might change after you finally set shit straight. No, it won't. Because even at the beginning of the game, everyone is just straight up against you. Nobody on this mission likes you whatsoever. And you just kind of have to deal with it. And that's really piss poor for me to say. I understand that completely, but it's the truth. You basically are unwanted on these lands. But yes, definitely want to go ahead and say it again. I am accepting donations right now. I'm trying to get myself, for the people that know me, they know I can draw from time to time. I've also got numerous friends that do commissions, you know, make some money off of that. And I always ask them for, like, you know, tips and tricks on where I can improve. For me, it's basically proportions, certain body features that need some work, hands and shit, primarily. Kind of the biggest, I cannot draw this shit even if I tried. But that all that is, as they keep saying, practice. And as some of the more veteran people of the channel know, I have been dealing with some voices in my head a lot lately. Just recently told my stepmother that, even though I'm sure the majority of y'all know I don't like her either. But she also deals with them, so she can kind of understand where I'm coming from. She thinks that they're just voices that are just negative, doubt, all this stuff, but she doesn't know the half of it. I humor her by saying, yeah, it's something like that. Like, not a direct yes, not a direct no. Kind of the 50-50, a maybe. But what really happens for me is these voices are... I'm gonna get a lot of shit for saying this on mic. But they're not really something I'm too primarily, you know, enthralled about talking about. They're really kind of just a problem for me and a lot of other people. And as you're about to see me do here, I'm going to also get another trophy that I've been struggling to get. Oh shit, no, get the fuck down, Nomad, come on. Let the helicopter pass by. And I'm going to let the sync drone go after... Really? Don't you just love it how the sync drone doesn't really do anything unless you tell it to do it specifically? And there we go. Now, your sync drones are very helpful, they're very great, especially if you're one to take out multiple enemies at once. So as you saw me just do there, these weapon caravans are really good for like early game. So the faster you unlock the sync drone shot, whatever it's called, you can easily bring a stop to them. easily. Now, the only problem is you do have some straggler enemies that won't die with the explosion because it is a very small explosion. And I mean, it is a very, very small explosion. It's basically, you're just planting an explosive device onto a moving target. So it should kill the guy you mark. If you're thinking, oh, I'll use that to take on the wolves, don't. They'll see it coming. Another DMR. Now, I think I have the perk, not the perk, there's something you can do with the caravans where it gives you better loot chance. It's a skill later on in the game. You'll get it. It's pretty... It's decent if you're going to spend, like, the majority of your time going for these things. But you really shouldn't. It's kind of a waste of time, a waste of these sync drones. You don't have an endless supply of these things. You do have to find them, you have to craft them. You don't get all your gear for free. So, if I can actually go into it, I don't know if it's actually a perk or something. It's something up here. I'm trying to remember where it is exactly. Neither of those. No. That's not either. This one. Convoy upgrade. Better quality gear and weapons from convoys. You do have to get quite a bit far to get into that, so if I'm counting everything up, it's about 2, 4, 6. You should be able to get it by level 8 if you go straight up the tactics tree. But that's if you're going to do that. Don't stress yourself if you don't need to stress yourself. Remember, as I said, always be upgrading your weapons. And even if you equip them, just get them better. Yeah, improve. That's green tier, so I can't really do anything with those. What you should be doing is upgrading these weapons as you get them. And as you can see, standard weapon parts. I'm not getting standard weapon parts anymore. All I'm getting is, I'm basically just getting the blue through golden right now, because that's all the game's dropping for you. Once you start getting purple gear, you're not going to see any green gear, you're not going to see any white gear, you're not going to see any of that anymore. It's all gone. Ads nearby? Where?
I can't believe the ghost got a hill. Hill's dead. Get over it. We still have a job to do.
But if Hill couldn't stop the ghost, how can we...
Just shut up, will ya? We'll figure it out.
Figure this out, buddy. Eins, zwei, and shy. Y'all up there. How y'all doing? And that's how you do that. Tell me to focus on something. What's it telling me to focus on? Is it the convoy that I already destroyed? It's gotta be. And for any of you that are about to say, oh, well, if the explosives you have to go craft and stuff, what about your underbarrel grenade mod? Yeah, nope, that drops like regular ammo. So like if you're killing enemies and you're using your grenade launcher, yeah, you're gonna run out of ammo eventually. But what you can do, I'm just gonna go ahead and load one up. I've got 11 of them in total on this gun. Boop. Oh, I missed one. It missed one. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to hear the news about our new explosive ordnance? Alright, so as you can see, I wasted 2 grenade launcher shots there. And when you go over to... There are enemies that have, like, little... When you're walking over them, you'll see, like, scale credits, like that one right there. Or you'll see ammo. If they drop ammo, you'll see shells, you'll see whatever caliber of bullet you're using. See? Shells. I just picked up 2 more. Which brings me right back up to 11. This guy dropped us some money. About 16%. There is a way to get a 40% boost to your scale credits throughout the game, but that's later in game. Like, quite a few levels, focus and everything. Yeah, it's just telling me about that same fucking convoy already destroyed. I mean, for the majority of for trophies in this game, they're actually really easy to do, because you can always set up how it's going to work. Like that one with the convoy, all you gotta do is make sure, like, map out where the convoy is going via the roads, because they won't go off-road. It's a very rare chance that they'll go off-road. So you can just line yourself up further down the road, send a sync shot drone onto the convoy driver, which is the giant van, and just pull the trigger whenever you're ready. But in terms of that sniper one I was talking about, that one might just be a trickier trophy for me to get personally, because I need to get an actual sniper, not just some dinky little DMR. But the game just wants to keep giving me DMRs right now. In time that will change, but for now, DMRs are my curse. Okay, so there's no enemies here? Is that what's going on? Hey, I found him already. Hey, buddy.
Are you Chief?
Who wants to know?
Name's Nomad. A couple of your friends said you were looking to investigate all of the drone activity around the mountain.
Sure am. I'm fed up and I can't stand it no more. The drones came in slowly at first, but now there are flocks of them. I can't have my friends being put in danger like that. Heaven forbid they get killed or whatever.
So, you were putting together a posse to investigate.
I was going to, but it looks like you're far better equipped to deal with drones than I am. Hell, you might even be able to figure out what the deal is with that infernal siren sound.
I suppose I could take a look. Anything else I should know before I go?
Yeah, I ain't the first one who thought about heading up there. A few homesteaders have already wandered off that way. If you see them, just make sure they're safe and such.
Sure. Now just point me in the direction of that mountain.
Oh, sure thing. It's just west of here. Basically, keep going until you see Fortune Lake cascading down into the valley.
Got it. Thank you.
I love it how, again, stranger in a strange land. You don't know anything about this fucking island, yet they tell you certain stuff, and it's like, oh, by the way, it's just here, here, here. To any reasonable game character, they'd be like, where the fuck is all that? Now, another person on recording list, I'm sure I've mentioned this guy a lot. I did an unboxing from him last year on Christmas. I will be doing another one this year, because he has said that he's going to be sending another box of stuff. One thing in that box, I'll just go ahead and say it outright, because, well, I'm the reason why he even got them. Back when Destiny 2 started doing the Bungie rewards, I'm sure any of my Destiny 2 fans will remember those, where, like, do X accomplishment before X day. I have completed so many of those things, but I just don't have the money to get them. Like, I've done the new raid within the first week. I've done majority of the weapon quest ones. I can do a whole lot of stuff on there. And I stopped. I've only gotten one thing via my Bungie rewards, and it was the Crown of Sorrows raid jacket, because I completed that raid on the second day. I was not really as ecstatic as I should have been. I wanted to get it done day one. I wanted to show my old clan, hey, I'm worth my shit. We stayed on that raid for the first day for approximately, started at 6, and we didn't stop till about 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when the entire crew started getting tired, except for me and the other guy. We were both still there, like, man, I don't remember signing up a bunch of lightweights. I remember signing up a bunch of raiders. And we all told him that. It's like, look, we're not gonna bullshit. We're going to do this raid. If you're gonna get tired, we need people to replace you. And at about that 5 o'clock mark, the guy with me was like, man, it's late, no one's gonna join, we're basically gonna be shit out of luck here because contest modifier is still on, and we're all under light regardless. And if you remember the first day of Crown of Sorrow, I know a lot of people tried that because the contest modifier makes it an equal playing field for everybody. Very equal playing field. Like, you can play, equal playing field, easy to do it. And the problem with that is, you're also under light. So for those people that are just like, oh, I'm gonna stock up on my bounties, I'm gonna turn all those in as soon as I get to it, and I'll be ready for it. No. Contest modifier has done away with that, and thank God for that. I don't like it. I really don't. I think contest modifier is a little broken at times. Yeah, one of these days I'll be able to shoot a drone out of the air. One of these days. I've actually shot 3 of them down. It's just, as I was trying to say previously, they're not... Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. That's not a drone. Your drone is actually a very helpful tool. If you don't remember me saying it already, you can really just scope out range with these things. Either you can go just directly up and limited to how far around you go, or you can just send it out and just go all, just scan everything in the distance. Very, very helpful tool. I thought that drone was going down. You would already see it. There'd be like a little bit of smoke coming off of them. But no, I did not shoot it down. It was just descending into its target area. Finish scanning some of these areas. Might as well. Alright, that takes care of that. Basically, your best bet for taking those drones out is be within close range of them. I wouldn't... Oh, shit. That slow-moving son of a bitch is why we can't have nice things. Now, when you get into late game, you'll start to see that there are certain drones that will launch like a blinding field and some other stuff on you. That is completely normal. I do apologize for my crappy aiming here. I'm actually a bit of a distance away from my TV, so it's a bit difficult to really see what I'm shooting at sometimes. Also just gonna do a quick little check here. Kill 20 enemies without dying. So I'm still working on that one, and I'm still working on... I'm actually using that top one there, which is kill 50 of them with assault rifles or shotguns, to kind of mark how quick I am to the kill 20 without dying. That's really what you should be doing, is if you got 2 challenges to level up your general skill or whatever. Wait, is this actually a sniper? Yes, finally. Not a good one, but it's a sniper nonetheless. I still need standard parts for that, improved parts, and standard parts. You can also buy standard stuff from Maria's shop if you, you know, if you're doing all that. I really wouldn't recommend it, I guess. So, like, you can just purchase the green weapons from her. I haven't seen any regular tier weapons on there anymore. And yes, this game does have a few glitches in there. I'm gonna go ahead and say I've found 2 of them myself. One of which was just a funny one on the last live stream. I'm sure people will see that and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, I remember that. You were basically swimming on dry land." Yeah, that's.
Are you okay?
Not really. All this recent drone activity leaves...
Get out of my hair, please.
See, they don't like you. They don't like you at all. Oh wow, what do you know? Speak of a devil. There's a drone. There's a drone. There's a drone. Oh, hey, what do you know? 4th one. Now, I don't know if it's just drones or if there's enemies up there, because if I shoot down the drones, if there are enemies, they'll know I'm here. But I really shouldn't be worried about that. I'm basically doing these side missions later in game than I should. But I'm gonna wait till I get somewhat close. Nope, it's just drones. Oh shit, and these are the more advanced armored drones too. Fuck my life. What you should do is definitely go to the drone corpses. They'll drop improved parts, basic parts. I haven't seen anything drop like more than that, so you're basically just gonna, if you're lucky, just get random parts like standard, improved. You know, this is what you need to do when you're at my level of the game and you're saying to yourself, how am I going to upgrade my weapons when I don't have any parts? So you really want to just focus up on where these enemy drones land, so you can just run over, loot them, and move on. No, you don't. I'm so glad the game gives you night vision goggles, because half the time you can't see into shit.
Raj, I'm coming to you.
this the fucking cave where I... nope, nope. Spoilers, not gonna say it. See, it's actually really easy to kill off some of these ads, especially the heavy gunners. All you gotta do is just shoot them once in the head, get their helmet off, shoot them again in the head, and it just drops them. I think I was supposed to go into the cave.
Oh shit! Come on, give me a target.
And thank you for the high rarity weaponry. Or pants. Pants work too. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this little cave. Not this way, apparently. I just did a full ass loop. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get the hell out of here so I can get back to where I need to be. I should have had a feeling like, hey, I probably don't need to be going into the cave. I should just find the exit and go where I need to go. And now it seems I'm stuck in a cave. So bear with me for a while. It's gonna take a few minutes to get out of here. Maybe not a few minutes. Hopefully I can just find the exit and get out of here ASAP. This chest here. Here comes another drone. Or there goes another drone. I was actually going to be a little happy. It's like, oh, hey, the drone's coming this way. Nah, it's going down the mountain. Yeah, I'm actually going to be hell honest with everybody. I hate not working. Then again, I really hate working as well. It's kind of that 50-50 love-hate relationship thing. And for me right now, not working is just boring. It's really awful. I don't like it. Because yeah, I got time to play games. I got time to get what I need to get done. But it's just so pitifully slow and boring. It's just awful. So am I even in the right area that this mission's trying to tell me? Sorry for the silence, everybody. I'm trying to think of shit to say. Really, I am. But it's kind of difficult to really come up with just random stuff to say while you're playing this game.
Damn, dude. Are you okay?
Not really. All this recent drone activity leaves me a little unsettled. That noise. It's like living inside of a stereo system.
Yeah, I can't stand it. It's been impossible to sleep. Where's it even coming from?
Tree Mountain up the way. Just check it out myself. I'm kind of scared of what had happened to me.
Yeah, I think we just felt a blood rush.
Is this even a cave?
hope it's a little quieter around here now.
Sure as hell is. I can finally hear myself think for once. What was the deal?
Somebody set up a drone training exercise right in your backyard, complete with a maze and everything. Somehow, the antenna and receiver running the system got damaged. It let out a high-pitched frequency that summoned all the drones to it. Now I took care of the problem, so you should feel a whole lot safer now.
We sure do. Thank you for everything, Nomad.